Okay guys, we're here against Estark. Also my voice is doing a little better, but it's still on the lower register, so apologies if that's an annoyance, or if you enjoy it, well then enjoy it for now. In any case, I had to max everyone out on levels. Now, I might have been able to do it slightly earlier, but I was looking at the HP and I was like, yeah, Nereus didn't have that much HP at max. At the levels we had him before, so I was like, I want to wait till we get to 300, and then by the time I was like at level 49 when he was above 300, and I was like, you know what, let's just go ahead and max him out. But you can see the HP is pretty good, though, for them. Now let's go over all their stats at max levels, because everyone's maxed out here. Alright, first up we got Whippet. Whippet's got pretty damn good strength and is actually our strongest person on the team. Yeah. It's kind of bad because they're also our healer, and they're going to be mostly healing, but at least they can contribute to help with healing if needed. Sort of like how we did with the Orc King, who was also a very good attacker, but mostly had to heal. Also, we actually have our healer in the front line, which is not something I usually do, but he also has the HP and defenses to work for it. He's actually suitably fast too, but I did not give them the Meteorite Bracer because I felt it was better in the hands of Nereus still. Though, you can mix and match probably. It probably won't make too big of a difference either way, but I like Whippet being slightly slower so that I gave the War Drum over to Newton, and Newton's faster than him, so I'd rather have Newton charge up Whippet to get a better attack in. So that's my preference anyway, but you can mix and match if you do something like this. But yeah, good stats all around. I was actually surprised how decent Whippet really is. It's just that you get him so late that it's usually you already have your declared healer, usually your son. Anyway, let's go to Roxy here. Now Roxy, once again, has Mudraker's type stats. A lot of HP and strength, and decent strength. Not even a lot of strength, just decent strength. Just the rest of the stats go downhill from there. I really wish they gave him a little more resilience, though. But he does have actually some good resistances, at least. Got that going for him. So I would say he's a little bit better. But yeah, look at the defenses, though. If he actually had the same resilience as Whippet, his equipment choices are so good. Like, I gave him the Metal King helm and shield here. He can't equip the armor, though. If he could, oh my god, that'd be so much better. Still, it'd only probably be like 40 more, so you'd be edging out slightly. But yeah, Roxy's slightly fragile, unfortunately. But overall, still, he's mostly just going to attack for this fight here. Now, Nereus. Nereus naturally has 105 agility, which would be slightly slower than Whippet, which is why I decided to give him the Meteorite Bracer. But yeah, terrible strength, but resilience is actually moderate. You know, like, you know what? I mean, it's not as good as RockBomb because, you know, their equipment choices and all, but still, it's solid, you know? I appreciate a mage with some defenses here. Wisdom doesn't matter, luck doesn't matter for him either. So, yeah, that's him for general stat-wise, but at least he's got some HP, and his MP is surprisingly good. It's a shame that we're not really going to be using it much, though. And now Newton. I already mentioned before I gave him all my strength seeds, so he could actually be a pretty good attacker. And you know what? He is the third best attacker, but he actually does more consistent damage than the other two, mostly because he attacks a little bit more often and also has the slight boost from the Icicle Dirk. I'll go into that in a moment when we go over items. Agility is actually respectable, 109, so slightly faster than the Whippet, usually goes faster. It's weird to have people with such similar agilities, though, on the team that isn't slow. I mean, resilience is actually moderate, but definitely needed better equipment choices. That's what's really hindering the defense, and not being able to equip a shield sucks. And luck is mostly from the crude image, probably, but you know what? I feel like it helps with the crits. But yeah, his defenses are pretty terrible, and his HP is not the best. But you know what? He's usable. He's kind of like the Draki, except the Draki at least could open level. So, that's it for stats. Let's go over our items. Alright, so these are the equipment choices. Flame Shield helps with the Ice Breath a little bit. Flowing Dress helps with the Fire. And also the magic as well. Both of these do help with magic. I think they're only elemental magic though, so I don't know if they help with. I don't believe they help with Kaboom, but I haven't checked recently. So, Staff of Salvation, so you could do some single target healing and a some Yiggleaves. I gave him the Rebirth Stones because I believe that getting into the healer is the best option here. And also a couple elfin elixirs and Yiggleaves. We will be using the elfin elixirs on Whippet because they're going to go through their MP fast. That's the other reason I leveled them up. Whippet's MP was really low, like before you guys saw it was like 40s and 50s. So I needed to get it up a little higher so that elfin elixirs are actually useful. And I don't have to rely on the Dark Shield because this guy's going to be disruptive waving our drum often. So that's our choices there. Now for the RockBomb, I already mentioned, we've got the Metal King shield and Metal King helm here for the best defenses. He's the only one that can equip them. I wish Newton could equip the Metal King helm, but it probably is better in Roxy's hands anyway, come to think of it. Now, Roxy's got the Yiggleaf, yes, but also has a bunch of elfin elixirs, and that's because they're my primary choice for giving MP to Whippet. Mostly because Whippet is going to be going faster, so it's a good idea. So Whippet can use their last multi-heal, and they'll be down to like 3 MP or 0 MP, and then in the same turn, we'll be able to get all the MP back. That's the plan. Anyway, I just have to keep track of the MP. Excuse me. I'm still not quite fully up and ready with my health right now, so still got the cough. But yeah, and a couple Yiggleaves as well, just in case. And now, here we have Nereus. I'm actually going to do one item change once we're done going over the items, though, so I'll let you know. They got the Sage Stone, good. It just worked best for them. I thought about giving it to Newton, but Nereus attacking, honestly, doesn't help much because, one, their attack power sucks, and their spells, unfortunately, Estark resists them very well. Only Kacrackle does decent damage. Kaswoosh is resistant big time, and lightning is he's completely immune to. So, which by the way, Nereus does have a lightning skill, not a spell. Same one that Golem and what's his name, our pet tiger has. But yeah, unfortunately though, he's not an attacker. He's a healer, a healer support person. So he'll be mostly Sage Stoning. He has the emergency Yigdu if we really need to use it. Now, one thing I'm going to change is I'm going to get rid of one Elfin Elixir for one more Yiggleaf, because Nereus is probably the better reviver in this case. And the Zenithian Sword's literally just for the first turn to get rid of Bounce, so that anytime Nereus does have a moment, he could actually cast Kacrackle. Otherwise, he'll just be defending, and I find that kind of lame. It's just something for him to do. But I'm actually going to go ahead, throw that out. Do I have another? Yes, I do have another Yiggleaf. Let's just go ahead and do that now. My last test run, I realized he needed at least one more. Alright, now let's go to Newton. Newton's best helm is the Great Helm. We already knew this is stuff from before. Now, Fireclaw versus Icicle Dirk. While the Fireclaw is resisted less than the Icicle Dirk still has enough of a boost that it's better. So, you want to go Icicle Dirk for this fight. Now, Staff of Salvation for emergencies, and he will be using it sometimes, but most of the time he'll be war drumming or attacking, with healing on the side. He also does have Yiggleaves and Elfin Elixirs, just in case if we need it. Standard stuff, though. I almost always, fill in the space with Elfin Elixirs and Yiggleaves whenever needed. That's just common. But yeah, the reason I chose him to be the war drum user, though, I was debating, I could give it to Nereus, so that way he could attack, but then it's sometimes he needs to be healing. But then it's oh, well, I could give the Sage Stone to Newton, but then Newton will probably not be able to ever use his attack power to, well, attack. And Nereus might be standing there just being okay, everyone's oomped. I could attack for 10 damage, or I could use my Kacrackle, which is not affected by it. So it's that doesn't work. And Roxy does better damage oomphed than Kacrackle does from Nereus, so you can't give him the Sage Stone or the War Drum. And Whippet's gonna be too busy multi-healing, so you don't want to give him the drum, and the Sage Stone would be kind of redundant. So, in the end, it's just better to give Newton it. So, that's the reasoning behind that. Anyway, why don't we go ahead and get started. Now, when I did my test runs, they took about 50 turns, roughly, each. I think my last test run was 51, because I got a little unlucky. Alright, anyway, it is time. Yeah, move a little bit, and bonus boss time with Estark. Sadly, I can't get my voice up too much higher, or else I'm going to start squeaking or coughing. Alright, so, We don't have any setup to do with you. You can attack. Same with Roxy. Don't bother focus strengthening. Excuse me. For Nereus. Nereus is actually going to attack to start because he doesn't need to set up anything. Doesn't need to Sage Stone. He's going to be going first. So, go ahead and Kacrackle. And Newton will set up the War Drum. Oh, I'm dumb. I forgot. That's the reason I brought the sword. I even mentioned it in it before. Oh well. This is what happens when you try doing this and you're a little bit sick still. Alright, we're actually okay. You guys can attack. You can Sage Stone. I wasted Nereus' turn, but it's not the end of the world. I'm a professional YouTuber. I don't think it's worth re-recording a minor mistake like that anyway. I don't script these. I think it's very obvious I don't. So, I do everything off the... Like, after doing test runs, I do everything off the... Well, off the cuff, really. Alright, 109 damage, not bad for me. But, alright, we are neutralized. And some heavy breath damage. Alright, we can get away with just a Sage Stone for this. So you can just attack, Sage Stone, and drum. And drink some water as we go through this. But yeah, if I was going to bother scripting and all that, I would actually put advertisements on my YouTube channel. And I have no intention of doing that. I think this is a case where we should multi-heal instead, just for Whippet's HP to go up a little higher. It heals better than Sage Stone. You're attacking, you're going to Kacrackle, and you need to War Drum because you got Disruptive. There you go. 64 damage, so it's okay. Kaboom is better, I think. I think that's what we ended up with the daughter using anyway. Yeah, this is a multi-heal only moment. Which means you can Kacrackle again, and we didn't get Disruptive, so we can attack. 82, not bad. Yeah, Whippet at least has the HP to survive a lot of this, but... Ooh, that hurt. I'm just gonna go ahead and multi-heal, because it doesn't matter what we do, he's probably gonna go down. But that's what we have the Rebirth Stones for. One's from the TNT boards, and one is you get in the start of the dungeon here. So just Kacrackle instead, and attack. Excuse me. Okay, good Disruptive Wave. Unfortunately, he outsped Whippet this time, so Whippet's going down. But, there he goes. Welcome back. Alright. You can just attack now this time. You two attack, Sage Stone, and drum. Yeah, the attack is actually the worst part from Estark. The breath is, well, I was going to say endurable, but I don't know if that's really the right word. They're able to endure such an attack. Oh, you guys can attack, Sage Stone attack. Damn it. Yeah, of course, as soon as they start speaking is when my throat decides to tingle. Makes sense, actually. But yeah, Roxy and Newton do averaging damage of 100 there, so it's like kind of like, ugh. But that's why Whippet's actually a better attacker, so whenever you can spare the attack, you should. I don't know if Disruptive Wave went... Oh wait, no it did not. Okay. I mean, Disruptive Wave happened. That's what I meant. I don't know. Disruptive Wave doesn't go away, it just happens. God damn it. I'm trying to cough away from the mic, and I apologize. But I'm going to go with multi-heal Sage Stone this time to get Newton up. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, multi-heal and Sage Stone together really just make things survivable, as long as you have at least a tiny bit of resistance. Oh, we gotta do the same again. Yeah, you always want the drum up, so that way he has to take a turn to... to cough. No, to, Disruptive Wave. That way we take less damage. They should survive. Yeah, not by much, but they did. It's not quite World Dew time, but it's very close. We are not disruptive yet. Alright. Alright, good. Well, that helped let us survive. Newton? Wow, you got outsped, Newton? Jeez. generally in my test runs, even though Newton's only like 2 agility higher than Whippet, he never was outsped. So, interesting. Yeah, you gotta continue multi-healing, and I'm gonna say Sage Stone anyway. Ugh. Sorry, I'm struggling not to keep coughing. Alright, we could get away without multi-healing. Damn it. Alright, yeah, just multi-heal anyway. Elfin elixir now, because that's going to be your last one that they could do. Which means, go ahead and Sage Stone just in case you're outsped, and you got Disruptive Wave, so you got a War Drum. I think, I don't know, I actually lost track momentarily there. Okay, good. I was right. Don't kill him, thank you. That's all I wanted, not to have him killed, because otherwise the Elfin Elixir would probably go to Roxy or something, and it's like, that's a waste. Alright, go ahead and self-heal, and Sage Stone. Very good, he might survive. Okay, we're good. You can keep doing that. And drum again. Yeah, he gets... Estark is really Disruptive Wave happy, so... anytime you can make him do that, it's great. I think we can get away with just another self-heal and Sage Stone. That's to conserve MP, that's all. The less times we have to use an Elfin Elixir, the better. Alright, you gotta multi-heal this time. And drum it up. But yeah, Roxy's unfortunately the only steady attacker here. I do like, though, that he can actually revive everybody if necessary, but if he's the only one standing, there's a good chance that he's just not going to survive 2 attacks. I think yeah, Salvation. Salvation and... I don't think we were Disruptive Wave. Yeah, we were good. Yeah, Newton's attack is very varying. 138 to 90, it's so weird. Yeah, you gotta keep doing Salvation. Do you have any more? You have one more Rebirth Stone, okay. Sage Stone, oh, I forget if we were Disruptive Wave. I think we were. Ah, damn. I was wrong. That's what happens when you have to guess. Yeah, we were. Great. Go ahead and just multi-heal this time. I'm going to have you Sage Stone anyway just to give Whippet a boost. Yeah, multi-heal does roughly the same as Staff of Salvation for just one person, though, instead. Okay, yeah, this is very obvious. You 2 attack, and you 2 heal. Yeah, mages are usually in the healing role for this. Alright, good. He had to force a disruptive... He forced the Disruptive Wave. That's the important thing. You could actually attack, I think. I mean, I'm tempted to do a Staff of Salvation on Roxy instead, but excuse me. Damn. Alright, that's fine. That's a little less fine, but okay. Yeah, go ahead and multi-heal. And Sage Stone and drum. Yeah, I just want to get Roxy up a little there. Yeah, luckily 3 out of 4 people have very good fire resistance. Yeah, we gotta do this. No, he double breath, so we don't have to drum. Usually I could tell, based on the damage we take, whether or not we Disruptive Wave, but sometimes I forget. Ooh, a late multi-heal kind of worked out for us. And you can still keep attacking. I appreciate this party, though. This party is very, I would say it's balanced, but almost to a fault. Where, like, no one is necessarily really strong. They all are just useful enough. We got Disruptive Wave. We got a drum. because Nereus is actually not a bad mage. Whippet is a well-balanced healer type. I would say Roxy and Newton are probably... Newton's a little on the weaker side, but at least has the strength to back it up. Kind of makes me think of... you can attack in Sage Stone. I think we were disruptive. But Newton has the attack similar to Hooligan, where it's better than his other stats in a way. Ah, I was wrong. Alright, yeah, multi-heal and Sage Stone, and we were not disruptive this time. But yeah, Newton has just enough attack power to stay useful. And Roxy's also, like, durable enough to be helpful. It also has the attack power to be, again, just useful enough. We were not disruptive yet. Oh, I forgot to use the elfin elixir on Whippet, though. I got a little caught up in that. Alright, in that case, we shouldn't be too far from the end here. I'm going to have him just restore his mana, and we're going to use the Yigdu, even though it's not the best moment for it. May as well. Was I disruptive waved? I don't know. I don't think so, but I'd rather get an attack out instead of not. Okay, we're good. I'm actually better off siding on not thinking we were disruptive waved, only because it's about the same damage we're outputting anyway, because Newton and Roxy do about 50 regularly without the drum, and with the drum, Newton already used his turn to use the drum, so only Roxy's attacking, so Roxy would be doing about 100 damage anyway, so you're better off just being okay with it. Yep. Okay, that hurt. Roxy's a little bit in danger here. We can get away with just a Staff of Salvation and a Sage Stone. Good, good. You got to go before that. You can Kacrackle all you want. I'm fine with that. I think that's... Yeah, that's in multi-heal territory. But yeah, Nereus unfortunately just stuck with the Sage Stone. It's not the end of the world, but it's okay. Roxy may go down. Yeah. You can just... Actually, you're going to multi-heal, and you're going to revive, and we still weren't disruptive wave, no. Okay, it's a Kaboom and Kacrackle, we're fine. Roxy does not have an extra attack power, but that's okay. Because we're going to have Whippet be attacking too, so... We'll wait for the disruptive wave before we actually use the drum again. Yeah, that's some good damage there. Nereus is okay, just a little rough. Multi-heal and Sage Stone. But yeah, this party actually was pretty fun. I'm happy that I got to do this. Alright, we were disruptive waved. You guys can attack. Ooh. Even you don't really have to. You know what? Yeah, go all out. I just wish Nereus had more reasons to spend his MP in this fight. That's okay. Oh yeah, get pissed and crit. I love that. Alright, go ahead and Sage Stone. Attack. You know what? I'm going to say go ahead and attack too. Whippet might be fine, but if not, he has the revival still. Yeah, not the worst. You go ahead and self-heal. We were not disruptive waved, I don't believe. Yeah, we're good. Whippet's in danger. Go ahead and multi-heal, attack, Sage Stone, and attack. Yeah. Again, I would say this is not hard, but it remains still you have to stay alert for this fight. Keep multi-healing for now. But yeah, with this party, it's not bad, though. I actually can't wait till I get through all of the monster pals so I can start... Thank you. Come back. So I could go ahead and start doing some funnier runs like, oh, can 3 slimes beat the game or something like that? We weren't Disruptive Wave, I don't think. No. The Whippet doesn't have it, so that's okay. Oh, and because he got revived, Estark only took 1 turn. I've been noticing that's like, I'm pretty sure it's a glitch, but that's been a reoccurring thing anyway. So you guys can go ahead and keep attacking. I think Sage Zone should be enough. Newton would go down if he got attacked physically twice, though. Almost anyone would here. Whippet might be the exception. Yep, and there you go. Estark is down. Not bad, actually. There's an easy system to do, but, you know, because we had the HP and just enough resistances, it worked. Now, that compared to, say, you know, our Hooligan and the Ticking Time Bomb, no, they had 0 resistances, terrible equipment. They just couldn't really survive the fight very well. Excuse me. Speaking of surviving, my goddamn throat. But yeah, I'm happy with this party though. Whippet, again, solid character. Very his only bad side is just that he comes late, but you know, good stats, acceptable healing spells. He gets sap and oomph, but unfortunately oomph comes a little late, so that part doesn't help him enough. But sap is pretty good, except when you get, by the time you get sap also is it's after Bjorn, and sap doesn't work on any other bosses after that. So it's like, ugh, it could have been better. And, but you know, multi-heal is good enough, and Kaswoosh can work for wild battles. I'd say Whippet's like kind of okay. Roxy feels like a better version of a Ticking Time Bomb, which isn't much better. He's got at least he's got HP and some equipment choices and resistances, you know? So he's like usable, but you know, there's definitely better options. He's another scenario where Sancho probably would work, except Roxy at least has Kerplunk, but generally you don't really need to use Kerplunk. Sancho is a better Roxy, though. Let's put it that way. Nereus is interesting. I like the idea of an ice wind / lightning mage. They're pretty fun. They have zing if you need it, and it gets it at a reasonable time to get it when you first get him around beginning of Gen 3. So you know, zing. That's when zing is useful enough, and could save some MP for the hero. You know, because the hero might be the full-time healer at the moment until, you know, your kids grow up or something. And Newton is a usable party member, I find, because, like, you know what, he's not terrible. He really isn't terrible. He's just outclassed. He could be better for sure, but you know, if he was given maybe like not the level cap he was given, you know, like given a higher level cap of say maybe 50 with the stats to also boost him a little higher too, I'd say he would be a decent party. He'd be a, like, you know, like A tier, I would say then. But as he is, he's probably like C tier. He's usable, you know. Roxy's a little less usable, but he's still usable, you know. And the other two are probably like B to teetering maybe to A tier, if you would. I don't know. Eventually, when I get through all of the monsters, recruits, I mean, I will probably do a tier list based on a certain criteria. So anyway, this video is long enough. I hope you guys enjoyed this run, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.